sir, for joining us. And I see that a lot of people from the bureaucracy, from different political parties, from the corporate class, a lot of people are here, and everyone, has one question. So before I entered this hall, everybody said that I must ask you to throw some light on what is it that's changed about India, according to you, in these last 2 years since you all came to power, since you've just celebrated your second anniversary also in power.
I think India's back on the radar. There was almost a distinct possibility that India was not being noticed. I think this trend had changed in the 90s. And we were again threatened with falling back into the same trend. I think the most significant factor is India's back on the global radar. It's on a very high priority on agenda of various countries, agenda of various corporations. And I think the whole perception of India is undergoing a change.
What do you mean by that, sir? You often said that perception about India has changed. Now, I know that you've just come back from Japan. The Prime Minister was in America, and he was given a rapturous welcome last night. I see that New York Times has put his pictures on the front pages. When you talk about perception changing, are we becoming more decisive as a nation, as a polity?
I think the most significant fact that has changed is when the going is good, everybody is at his best. It's only when globally the going is very challenging that for somebody to defy the trend, and then you get noticed. And I think that's where India stands out now.
But the difference that one perceives, sir, is that you talk about perception of India changing globally, but back home, the kind of perception which exists about politics in general, about party politics, has that perception changed as far as the average citizen of India is concerned? Why is there a sense, sir, that party-based politics in India is still very cynical in nature, very pessimistic?
Well, I don't think it's cynical as far as the people are concerned. Anchors view it as more cynically.
Okay.
Because you wouldn't have popular governments being elected. Globally, there's a difference between politicians and others. Politicians are more accountable because they go and seek support. And therefore, it's politician bashing is normally the rule.
Yeah, I mean, what will we do if we were not to be bashing politicians and questioning politicians?
You are entitled to do so. And therefore, the general level of accountability of politicians is very high. You can question them every evening. The media can question them every evening. Courts can question them. Electorate can question them. I only wish other sections like you also had to go through the same layers of accountability.
And I can tell you that there are a lot of people here who would like to ask you questions. So we will have an interactive session in just a few moments. But just to push this point of perception a little more with you, sir. Recently, you've also been speaking a lot, sir, about what is loosely defined as judicial overreach. You often believe that judiciary in many ways is it beginning to impact governance in some form, politics in some form?
I don't think we've got the correct idea of what I've been saying.
Yes, so...
I think let's first of all be clear about two basic facts. Fact one, independence of judiciary is certainly required and must be maintained at all cost. Fact two, judiciary unquestionably has the power of judicial review. I don't think anybody can dispute that. That's essential for Indian democracy. I think we come to the third area. The judicial argument is when the executive does not act, we step in. I think that's a questionable proposition. When the executive does not act, the judiciary can tell and direct the executive to act. But the judiciary cannot perform an executive function.
And you believe is that what's increasingly happening in some form?
The difference is executive function has to be performed executively. Just as independence of judiciary is essential, separation of powers is also essential. The parliamentary function has to be performed by parliament. Nobody else can pass or approve a budget. The executive function has to be performed by the executive. Courts cannot perform executive functions. They can direct the executive to perform its function if it's not acting. Let's look at the argument the other way. If the judiciary fails to act, can somebody in the executive get up and say the judiciary is not acting, there's areas of cases are mounting up, we'll have an alternate mechanism? The answer is no. Therefore, these are strict compartments whose independence has to be maintained.
But I was asking you, sir, does it impact governance in some form? When the judiciary starts getting into these, let me say, tricky areas, does it impact governance? Does it impact policy making?
Well, it can. It can. And I'll give you a direct example which we are dealing with. We have a legitimate problem today of bank NPS. Is it to be handled by the banks or is it to be handled by the courts? And if it goes to the courts, you can suddenly see those in charge of executive power, that is the banking sector, will say, I'll now have to be more cautious. It's a living example that we are living through.
And that's where the issues come in. Well, a lot of people have asked that there should be questions raised about how is the common man going to get access to more money. There is one gentleman here, Cyrus Brocha, whose show I believe you watch a lot, sir. The week that wasn't, the news that wasn't. And he has a question for you, Mr. Jaitley.
Sir, I apologize for this abrupt entry, but first, Kihala Delhi, everybody good? All good? Let's get some noise from people here, sir. You're the finance.
Yeah, hey, let's get some noise going,
Come
guys.
on, some noise, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And please, a big round of applause to Bhupen, who we call Sunny. Not because of his reference to Sunny Leone, but because of his personality. Sunny, cheers. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Mr. Jaitley, I'm a son of a lawyer. It sounds terrible, I know, but we come from a legal family, 3 generations. And my question is very simple. About 6 months ago, you were in Mumbai, and me and my 9-year-old daughter and my small 10-month-old puppy, who's called Mary, lovely dog, we were driving at Walkeshwar near Malba Hill, where the Mukhyamantri lives in Maharashtra. And 400 cars and 20 bikes were behind you. And one of them stopped us, and I had an altercation with this guy, Sub-Inspector Mahadik. I would like to bring it to your notice, and if you could suspend him from the force and just punish him. Because I think he thought either Mary or Maya, my daughter, were a threat to the Mukhyamantri. Let me tell you, Mumbaikars have no idea who's running Maharashtra for the last 25 years.
But he's not the home minister, he's the finance minister.
Yeah, but he has the pull and the influence.
He has the pull.
Now, just because the Sunny remark, don't attack me. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that was the question, but there's a real question as well, and it's a slightly uncomfortable question. May I? All right. The question involves the audience, everybody here. We discussed this backstage, and you said we have a 5-minute let-off period. I'll repeat this. Kripaya dhyan dijiye. 5-minute let-off period. Anybody here with huge amounts of black money, you admit it right now, and sir will let you go. 5 minutes. All right, so I'm coming to you because I know it's awkward. Sharam aati hai sabko. Sir, do you have black money? You have black and white photography. Leave it. Don't worry about it. It's color. All right, anybody here, don't feel awkward. Sir is going to give you he's giving us just what 4 minutes are left now. Anybody here with black money? People are smiling though. If you know anyone with black money, please put your hand up as well and point to in the general direction. Sir? No, not you. So may I ask? Not you. Let me take out my mic and do a proper investigation as an investigative reporter. Sir? No black money? I will not disclose it here, but sir is giving you a let-off in 3 minutes. My God, let's go to the other seats here. So would you like to discuss the situation vis-a-vis the black money? Oh my God, he's very, very quiet about it. Ayaz Memon, journalists have the most black money from what I gather.
Where's the money?
Don't worry, it's there and it's...
Show us the money.
It's there and it's black, from what I gather. Ayaz, tell the truth. Set the ball rolling. Sir is being nice enough to humor us here for a minute, so if you actually have some money from all that foreign exchange outside India, accrued over so
That
many
I know of a few cricketers who've got, so.
Can you name them? 3 minutes to go in the let-off period. Go ahead. No? Anybody here at all would like to ask Mr. Jaitley and clean their soul. This is the time to do it, sir. Please don't look away, sir. This is a moment where you and I can meet. Your name?
I'm Ashok Kapoor. I was in the government of India.
Ashok Kapoor, this government or the last one?
The last one.
Oh, then we can't help you, sir. I'm sorry. I would have liked to, but I'm sorry. There are certain rules. He set up the rules earlier before we started the show. Hello?
Hi.
Black Money, your name?
Yeah, Mona Motwani.
Mona Motwani. Mona is very pretty, so we'll talk to her anyway. It doesn't matter about the black money.
Yeah,
How are
that's
you doing,
great.
Mona?
Good,
Everything
good. Thank you. How
Yeah?
are you?
Is that your lovely husband?
Yes.
What kind of man would say lovely husband? God, I'm so sorry. I apologize. All right. Let's go to the economy class here at the back and talk to people. Because they hide. They have the money, but they're hiding Mr. JT, this is a trend amongst us Indians. They
He's
hide in the
watching,
back and
he's
pretend-
watching, he's watching all the people.
watching, it's all on
He's
CCTV.
taking mental notes.
Recorded
He's
footage, we
taking
can
notes.
play
Who's
it.
disclosing, who's not
We can play it
disclosing.
again. Sir, you're laughing, so obviously you have something to disclose.
No, yeah. I work for a bank, so
You work for a bank. What is the bank called?
it's called Yes Bank.
Yes Bank. Oh, Ashok Kapoor, the same family. All right, fair enough. Okay. Do you have any black money?
Not at all.
No,
It's
only
all
checks.
above board. Everything. Only e-money.
Only e-money. What about e-money? E-money is good?
E-money.
E-money is
E-money
good.
is fine. E-money is
All
fine.
right. And you?
No black money at all.
I noticed the diamond necklace and the diamond earrings. That must have come through check payment. Javeri brother.